welcome back to the Blossom Crochet channel. In this quick tutorial I will be showing you how to crochet this beautiful stitch. It's a really simple 2-row repeat and it works up to look like this. So you've got a beautiful shell row which gives you that lovely little bit of texture because the shells will pop out towards you, and on the back the texture is slightly different because obviously the shells will be popping out towards the other side, but these other rows will be more towards you. So you get a nice little bit of subtle texture. Like I say, it's a very simple repeat pattern. You can use absolutely any yarn that you like, and you can use it to make a blanket or a scarf or literally anything you want. This one obviously here is a perfect width for a scarf. I've been using chunky yarn for this piece so far, and I think it's working up really nicely. You can really see the lovely effect that you get with this pattern. So any yarn you like, and just use whatever hook size your selected yarn recommends, unless you want a little bit of extra drape, and then of course you'll need to go up a little bit in your chosen hook size. But we're just going to go straight in with this one. The yarn that I'm using for this one here is the Hayfield Spirit in Chunky, and this is the shade called Sundown, and it's one of my absolute favourites. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then please make sure that you do so now and click the little bell icon so that you can get notifications whenever I upload a new tutorial. So you'll be starting with your slip knot on your hook, and you want to do your foundation chain in a multiple of 5, so groups of 5 until your project is the width that you want it to be. So yarn over, pull through, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So if you just complete your groups of 5. So once you have your groups of 5, you want to add an additional 4 chains to the end. So whatever length you've done, you want to add 4 chains to the end. You're then going to work back, and we're going to work into the 4th chain. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and this is our 4th, and we're going to be doing a treble crochet. So please remember I'm working in UK terms, so my trebles are doubles in US terms. So for the whole of this project we're going to be using UK trebles or US doubles. So yarn over, insert your hook into that 4th chain, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We're then going to chain 3, and we're going to miss 3 chains, so 1, 2, 3, and then into the 4th chain we're going to do a treble. So yarn over, insert into that 4th chain along, yarn over and pull up, and yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. You're then going to do a treble into the next chain along, so you've got 2 trebles there worked into the chains next to each other. Again, chain 3, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to do a treble into the 4th and a treble into the 5th, so the next chain as well. And you'll repeat that all the way along. So again, chain 3, skip 3, and then 2 trebles, and again skip 3, so 1, 2, 3, and then treble into the next chain and treble into the next. So I will meet you as you get towards the end of your chain. I'm coming towards the end now. I've done my final chain 3. I'm going to skip 3 chains, and then we should have 2 chains left, so we're going to do a treble into each of those chains. 1, and then 1 into the very final chain. At this point we're going to chain 3 and turn. I'm not going to be doing my normal treble height stitches because with this particular pattern I find that a chain works just as well. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so we're going to be working into the chains in between our groups of trebles. So if you remember, we were chaining 3 in between, so you will have a middle chain of each of those groups. So we're going to be doing 5 UK trebles into the middle chain of that group of chains. So yarn over. So you're going to skip the top of the treble, and then you've got 3 chains. So you'll find your middle chain and you will work 5 trebles into that chain. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 all worked into that chain. And then you're going to skip all of these stitches and you're going to work straight into the middle chain of your next group of chains, and again you will just do 5 trebles. So skip over all the little groups of trebles you've got and find your center chain again and do 5 trebles and 5, and you'll repeat that all the way along. So completely ignoring your trebles from the row below, you're simply going to do 5 trebles into the middle chain in each of these spaces. I've worked that pretty much all the way along now, and I've worked into that final chain 3 that we've got here, and then we've got a treble and the skipped chains from the beginning of our foundation row. So we're going to put 1 treble into the top of the chain 3, so not into the top of the treble, but into the top or somewhere near the top of that chain 3. So 1 final treble. Again, you're going to chain 3 and turn, and that is going to count as the treble for the top of this stitch here, and then we're going to do a treble into the top of the next stitch. So straight into the top of that next treble you'll do you'll do a treble. You'll chain 3, and then you can see we've got our 2 shell stitches here. So we're going to be working into the top of the last treble in this shell and the first treble of the next shell. So into the last treble of that shell you will do a treble, and then a treble into the top of the first treble on the next shell. Chain 3, and again a treble into the last treble of the shell and the first treble of the next. And you repeat that all the way along, chain 3, and then a treble into the last treble and the first treble. Once you get towards the end of your row, you will have your final shell, and then you will have the chain 3. So you'll work your next treble into the last treble of that final shell, and then your final stitch will be into the top of the chain 3, and you'll do your final treble. So that is how you should be looking. And now you will just repeat your shell row. So you'll repeat row 2 and row 3, row 2, row 3, as many times as you like. And when it comes to finishing off your project, I personally would finish it on this row that we've just done, and then you can have the start and end of your project being the same. So you can then loop it to make an infinity scarf, or you can leave it and add some tassels or some fringe, but it's that lovely simple 2-row repeat. And I really do hope you have enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you again for another one really soon. But thanks as always for watching, and bye for now.